guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Sylvia the Nurse Mom, and I'm back here with new content. As I promised you, I'll try to be more consistent. And so I want to shoot something. As we all know, I did introduce a segment in my channel called the Parenting Journey. And today, I also want to share with you my parenting journey. As we all know, I call myself Sylvia the Nurse Mom, not just a name or aspiring to be a mom. I'm a mom to two amazing, adorable kids. I love them so much. Tehila and Killian, if you ever get to see this, just know mommy loves you so much, guys. And so today I just want to share my parenting journey with you people. And kama kawaida, I usually do my storytelling while I'm seated off low. And today niko na mashai hapa. And yes, so before we get into my story, just hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and let's get to the video. Thank you for subscribing. So yes, as I have told you, I'm a mom to two amazing kids. My firstborn is a girl, and my secondborn is a very handsome boy. The girl is also very beautiful. She's a typical mommy. Yes. And I think the boy is daddy anyway. So my parenting journey. I wouldn't say my parenting journey was something easy, but also it wasn't that rough. I became a mom at a very young age, at the age of 22. That's when I became a mom. And I had just cleared college. And yes, I had just finished my nursing council exam. As we all know, I'm a nurse by profession. So I had just cleared my nursing exam. And that period, as I remember, nilimiss wageni. Mi kumiss wageni. So I had to do what someone has to do. Go take a test and blah blah blah. And yes, I tested and it turned out positive. And I wouldn't say I had planned for it, but I wouldn't say I was shocked about it. Let me say I was so happy. I was really happy. One, because inside me I had a feeling I'm going to have this baby girl and I'm going to love her very, very much. And I told my boyfriend, because we weren't married. I told him I was. Actually, we took the test with him, and mi nilikuwa nimedecide even if he might turn out not to want it, me I'll still want my baby. But thank God, he also wanted that baby, and he was so happy. And we started our journey, our pregnancy journey. And let me tell you, reason why I brought this segment into my channel is to encourage young moms, because many girls are out there, they're getting pregnant, they're getting frustrated. Maybe your boyfriend atakuruka kipetero kiyesu, but I just want to give you hope that it might turn out something different. He might not want that baby, but kindly don't think of terminating that pregnancy, because this baby might be a true blessing into your life. So we started our pregnancy journey, and that was in 2017. Yes, so najua mtahesabu hizo miaka, mtajua niko na miaka ngapi, ni sawa tu. So we started that journey in 2017. That's when I had just cleared my college, and I would say it was, for me, I was ready to be a mom, but it was also scary to tell my parents because you see, I've just cleared college and I'm like, sasa nitawaambia nini? Ndio mimi nimemaliza shule, I don't have a job, I don't have a license, alafu ndio huyu mimi nimebebana na kamtu. But and let me tell you, nilikaa na hiyo story for close to 3 months kama sijaambia mtu home na sijaenda home. I just cleared school and I stayed where I used to stay. I used to stay in Nakuru back then. So I stayed in Nakuru and nikashat tu. Mimi ndani yangu najua niko na mimba and all that. And also my boyfriend, we kept it to ourselves. We never told our parents. But at when I was around 3 months, I decided let me open up. Juu kama kuna kitu mtu haezi ficha ni mimba. Mimba itaonekana, hautaweza kuficha. So I decided to tell. I first told an auntie of mine, we are very close. I told her that I'm expecting, and she was like, don't worry, we'll get through this. So that one, I felt encouraged and I felt at least I'll not be all alone. So then I called my mom, I told her, iko hivi na hivi. And she told me, come home, we'll sit to eat. So I decided to go home. But wacha niwaambie, kuambia Simba uko na mimba, Simba meaning my dad, it was hell. My people, it was hell. And I went home. Then after a couple of days I stayed. Then I decided chenye itafanyika ifanyike. And I told my dad, okay, iko hivi, I'm expecting. And my dad really got furious. Yes, he became mad. And right now, it's when I understand. And I understand he didn't expect that from me. He didn't want that for me. And I, I, okay, for me that time, I took it badly. I thought he was angry. He didn't want me there. But right now, I sit down and I tell myself, okay, nakuelewa, you didn't you didn't want that for me. You wanted me first to build a future for myself before getting a baby. But now, it may happen. So what do I do? So my dad really got furious, and due to that, nikahepa home. Si kuhepa per se, but nilifanya juu chini nikatafuta job. That time, my license was almost coming out, so nikatafuta job. And luckily, I got a job. So at around 5 months, no, at around 5 months, I started working. Mi nakaa mimba kangu, naenda job, nakazana. And then the thing is, I used to work a very bad shift. Nilikuwa na work shift ya usiku. So it was so hectic. Yani, I used to go to work from 11, natoka kazi kitu 9, 10 hapo usiku. So there is this one day I almost got mugged nikitoka job. Wasi wacheni niwaambie, from that day, hiyo siku ndio niliamua nikaacha hiyo kazi. Cause I was like, what if something happens to my baby? I really wanted that baby. I really wanted that baby. So, and yes, so I nikaacha hiyo job. So saizo, I've left my boyfriend in Nakuru. Mimi nimeenda kufanya job sides za Kiambu. So nikaacha job. And nikasema kaa mbaya, nikaenda kumjoin tena Nakuru. And I hadn't told you, my boyfriend then, ye hakuwa amemaliza shule. He was in his third year in campus. So, mimi, nitung'ang'ane, tuko na kazi. Yeye bado hajasema kwao. So, tumeng'ang'ana. Luckily, I got another job at Nairobi Women's in Nakuru. So, I started working there. So, Mimi, for me, after the reaction I got from my dad, today I know, I understand him, I know how he felt. I'm a parent now and I wouldn't like my daughter to do whatever she did, but anyway, hata akafanya, nitamuelewa somehow. Today, sijabebana na hiyo machungu yenye my dad, whatever the words he said, sijabebana nayo. I let it go, and wherever you are, daddy, I know you are no longer with us, but mi nilikusamea kitambo sana, and I did let that go. So due to that, nilijiweka far away from my family, and I went back to Nakuru, and I worked hard. I hustled my people. I used to go to work miguu imefura, and you know the nursing job is not that easy. Mimba yangu iko huko so big, and nikakazana, I worked. But when I was around hitting 8 months, man, I got too tired, and I decided, man, hii job nayo. So I did quit because I couldn't. The walking, nursing is all about your up and down. It's hectic sometimes, mostly if you're working in a busy hospital. So it became so hectic for me. My legs could swell a lot, hadi kiatu inakata kuingia, but anyway, it's all to the glory of God. So I did quit at around 8 months, and after that nikaanza kukaa tu kwa nyumba, but I used to, ninapata tu locum kidogo kidogo, naenda nafanya. So that is when and then hapo ndo ilinihit. Do you know, nimebeba pregnancy all the way, and then at 8 months ndio inanihit, sijafanya shopping ya mtoto hata kitu moja. Yes. So mimi nani, but luckily I had some cash nilikuwa nimesave. I went and shopped my people. Kama sitaishop tena. I shopped. Nilishop, and then another thing, let me tell you another secret. Young mothers, if you're there, uko frustrated, unaanza you're pregnant, you don't have means, hujui venye utaenda hosi and all that, you don't have enough cash. Nowadays, there is something NHIF has introduced called Linda Mama. For me, I didn't take Linda Mama, I took the NHIF itself, but also kuna Linda Mama. So young moms, you are out there, go take Linda Mama. They are being offered in hospitals. Fill those forms, itakusaidia pahali. Also get NHIF cards, people, because NHIF will help you big time. So for me, I ensured my NHIF was sorted from, yani it was sorted, sikuwa na deni hata nikienda kujifungua. I didn't have any. So it was sorted. I knew it could cater for all my bills. Hata kama I was to chip in, I wasn't going to chip in something much. So I shopped for my baby, and now I waited for my baby. But now, trouble came when I was about to deliver. As we all know, when someone delivers, anahitaji someone to take care of them. So for me, it was a debate. My boyfriend, we wanted I go deliver from their home. but it could not be possible kwa sababu sikuwa najulikana. We had not done introduction, so he couldn't just do it poof anipeleke kwao. So it happened, I had to go back home. And you remember, I left home when I was around 5 months pregnant. So ndio huyu mimi nimerudi. I have to go back home just because I just need a place I can deliver and there are people who can take care of me. So yes, I went back home. But as I told you, I went prepared. And yes, I waited for my days zifike, and unfortunately or fortunately, my baby went past the dates. And in between, there are things I'm leaving out, but I did have a stressful pregnancy because of work, to family issues hapa na pale. So it got to a point I didn't realize, but my baby's heartbeat started going down. So I went past my dates, and the day that I started feeling like it's labor, when I got to hospital, uh, they couldn't find her heartbeat. So, but no, they found the heartbeat, but it was irregular. It was on and off, on and off, and I was like, damn. So I went, and by the time they were doing my examination, I was only 3 centimeters dilated. And so the nurses told me, we can't wait, we have to go for an emergency CS. And mimi all that time I was pregnant, mimi nilikuwa nimejiambia, no CS for you Sylvia, no CS, you're going to have your baby normal like a Hebrew woman, just like the Bible says. Mungu naye ni nani? I'm telling you, before I came into any kabla niamue, before I could sign that consent of me going to theater, I had battled with my thoughts. And I was like, no, this is not what I want. Then another thing tells me, we want this baby, we need to save the baby. But I was like, no, I want to get my baby. Normal delivery. But anyway, I did sign the consent form. I got prepped up for theater, and I went in for surgery. And before I went in for surgery, let me tell you, my baby was such a calm baby. Funny enough, she started kicking at 6 months. So you can see, but that never raised the alarm in me. Ideally, we know babies should start kicking. You should start feeling the movements at around 16 to 16 weeks, hapo ikienda sana 20. But sasa mimi wangu 6 months, 24 weeks ndio nilianza kumsikia. Yani katoto kalikuwa tu, hadi nikaenda ultrasound. Alisumbuliwa, akasumbuliwa ndio akaanza kuamka. Kalikuwa kamelala tu. Lakini sasa ukikaona, a very up and down happy baby. Anyway, so I signed the consent. I got prepped up for the surgery. I went in. But let me tell you guys, kama ningekuwa nachukua video kwa hiyo theater, ningewaekea hapa muone drama nilifanya hiyo theater. You know, a whole medic like me. Wacha niwaambie, msituonani hapa tisini maroho juu, tukiwa huko hosi, tunawadunga shindano, tunawafanya nini. Hata sisi natugeukianga. Let me tell you. So, I did cause a lot of drama. Nilikuwa nashuka, napanda, nashuka operating table, napanda, and I'm like, no, I don't want this. I don't. I want to be taken back to the labor room. Allow me to labor. I'll push this baby. But anyway, finally, someone talked sense into me, and I'd like to thank an anesthetist. I didn't get his name. I don't know if he's still there in Kenol Hospital. Thank you very much. You helped me a lot. And yes, finally, I accepted, went through my cesarean section, and at 7:30 p.m. on the 15th of May, I delivered a very beautiful baby girl. And I remember I debated a lot about the name I'm going to call my daughter. And I wanted to call her Malia. But when I went into looking the meaning of Malia, I saw anger. And I told myself I can't call myself something meaning anger, because that will show the anger that I had carried when I was having this baby. So I decided I'll call her Tehila, meaning praise, because she brought so much praise in my life. And I'll say, and then life started. The parenting journey started, and it was so difficult, because at some point I left home when my baby was around 3 months. And I decided, let me go find a job. And I went back to Nakuru, because I had to hustle for this beautiful baby God gave me. So yes, so I went back to Nakuru. By then, my boyfriend was doing his attachment, and I remember going back to Nakuru. It wasn't easy, because sina do, I have to pay rent, we have to eat, and men, msitonange, don't see people out there laughing and think all is well, but I also want to thank my sister, because we fought a battle with her, because I'm breastfeeding a 3-month-old baby. Hatuna food kwa nyumba. Huyu mtoto ananyonya hadi nasikia ni kama huku nitatoka. Yani, so tuling'ang'ana. But luckily when she had just turned 4 months, I got a job. And now another issue arose. I have to leave my baby. And as we all tell you, you should feed your baby, breastfeed your baby until 6 months. But me, I didn't have a nanny, and I didn't have a way that I could store milk. Hiyo time hata singe afford breast pump. So ni kukazana. And this, I know most of my medic friends and colleagues will be against it, but mi nilianzisha tu mtoto wangu uji. Mkumbuke sina nani. and I used to take my baby to a daycare cause lazima nitafute hii pesa. We need to have a life. So yes, we started daycare. I started going to work. At least I started earning a living for my baby. And as we wait for daddy to finish his attachment and join us and come and also assist in the hustle. So we tried. And I remember one day when my baby was around 5 going to 6, she was in the daycare and ilikuwa tu imefika masaa yangu ya kwenda kumchukua, natoka job naenda kumchukua, and I got the worst. My baby had just choked, alikuwa amechoke na uji, and that time the dad had already come. So Yan and he was in his final semester akimalizia saa shule, because he's done with the attachment, so anamalizia to final exams and that's it. So I remember nimeingia tu hivi daycare, pata mtoto wangu anashindwa kupumua, she was gasping for air, and the daycare lady, anyway, nilikusamehea tu mama, amemshika tu okay, I don't know, maybe she was alikuwa ameshindwa what to do, what is happening. So me nilichukua tu mtoto nikakimbia naye back to my place of work, tried doing first aid, but ilikuwa imeenda sana, so she contracted aspirated pneumonia and we got admitted. And one thing that crushed me was seeing that oxygen cylinder being brought for my baby to get oxygen. I broke down. You know, sometimes, fine, we are medics, we are health workers, but we are also human beings, and we forget the essence of whatever is supposed to be, whatever the baby is supposed to get, and you just forget, and now unashindwa, unaonanga ni kama, you see the way a lay person anaonanga mtu wao amekuwa oxygen, anaona huyu mtu ni kuenda anaenda. So hata mimi niliona mtu wangu ni kuenda anaenda. I really thought about it, but God is grateful. She battled that and we left the hospital, and now we started another journey, and this one I'm always grateful. Babe, I know you might see this on this video, but I'm grateful for the dad that you are, because he used to carry his daughter to lectures, and because we couldn't manage to get a nanny then, so he used to take our baby to lectures, anambeba na baby carrier, anapack maziwa, anapack nini, and they go to school. So today, up to date, anaenjoy mtoto wangu, namwambia uliingianga university hata kabla uingie kindergarten, because it wasn't easy. You imagine ako campus, his schoolmates wanamuona na mtoi, you know, you can imagine what they thought. Maybe wanadhani mtoto alimwachia mtoi akatoroka or something, you know. But I usually say our kids have a very awesome dad. They do. They do. And thank you so much for being there. They are amazing superhero. So we struggled all that time until he finished school. But in between, we managed to get a nanny. So, yes. And life continued for us, and our baby grew. And the other challenges, I wouldn't say they were challenges, those were normal things in life. Watching her grow was the most amazing thing. Watching her say her first words. And apparently, our daughter talked before she walked. And I remember the day she took her first steps. We were so happy. And today, she's a 4-year old. She's going to school. She has achieved all those milestones. And when I look at her, I always say, thank you, God. And there was a reason as to why I called her Tehila, meaning praise, because she brought so much praises in my life. And up to date, she makes me praise. So into her 1 year, 4 months, that's when I realized, boom, we're expectant again. And this time I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready because we were also in a point in our lives. We were not stable yet. And I remember I found out I was pregnant when I was at work because I had gotten sick for some time, and I just decided, why not take a pregnancy test? And I found out I was expecting. And I remember I really cried. I cried a lot because I wasn't ready for another, because I felt my firstborn was still young. But all in all, I called my hubby because now he wasn't my boyfriend. We had moved in together. We were living together. So I called him. I told him, you know what? We are pregnant again. And he asked me, sasa mbona unalia? And I was like, unajisikiza? Because I wasn't ready to, I thought it was too fast. He told me, once you come out of work, we'll talk. So I went, and I had to. Funny enough, the previous week before I found out I was pregnant, I had just gotten an implant inserted on me. So you imagine, umejijaza umeenda kuwekwa implant, sina mimba, alafu mambo inakupata. So I had to go get the implant removed again. And then let me sip my gashai. And then after getting it removed, now to start another pregnancy journey. So I got pregnant, and then I wasn't feeling too well. The pregnancy ilikuwa inanipeleka mbio. So I quit work, and then I happened to travel to Nairobi to come and say hi to some of my relatives, and then COVID happened. That was in the year 20, that was it, 2020, COVID happened. So sisi tumefungiwa huku, mimi na mtoto wangu now the girl, and we are here. I'm not working, remember. So all that pregnancy journey, that one wasn't hard. I stayed with my relatives, and we went on smoothly. And in July, no, on July 24th, 2020, I delivered my second baby through cesarean section again because I couldn't go normal. We couldn't do a trial of scar because my scar was, the previous one was not fully healed. And I delivered my baby boy. And due to that period of COVID, there were minimal challenges because I felt, at some point I did feel bad because I wasn't working. I didn't have enough finances to take care of my kids. Uh, okay, personally, I usually feel like I don't want to let one party take care of us. I also want to chip in. So at some point, I did feel like a failure. But anyway, that is gone now. So due to that period of going into COVID, fighting it, though we didn't get sick, but we got locked down, we got restricted from going to areas, all that. I decided to name my baby Killian, Killian meaning warrior. He's a reigning warrior. I call him Rain Killian. And that boy, despite the fact that I cried when I found out I was pregnant for him and I wasn't ready, that boy has brought so much joy in my life. He has brought so much favor. He has made things work places that they didn't work. Because there were some hitches in the family. That's a story for another day. And I say that boy opened many doors for us as a family. And I'm grateful for that boy. Right now he's two, a very handsome, beautiful baby boy. I love you, my sweetheart. And all I would say is I like to encourage people out there. You might feel like your parenting is hard. You might feel you're not ready. You might feel there are so many challenges you want to give up, but don't give up. We are told God's time is the best. I struggled with my firstborn, but I wouldn't say I've struggled with my secondborn. My firstborn hadi diapers nilikuwa nakosa za kumfunga, anakosa hadi unga ya uji, but God came through. God made me feel like you suffered with the first one, you won't suffer with the second one. And I'm so grateful that I decided to keep those two amazing kids because today I have a title. I'm a mom and I love them so much. And if you get to watch this, mommy and my baby boy, just know mommy loves you so much, and I will go to any 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 place for you people to have the best in life. So that's my parenting journey experience. And thanks for keeping tuned. Thanks for watching.